Welcome in Belgium for the 7th round of the 2012 European Rallycross Championship. We are at the Devil's Mountain in Maasmechelen, and it's the second round of the second half of the season. The drivers had a bit of a break after the Swedish round, but now they're back in full effect. All the drivers that participated in the X Games as well are back, and so is this Andreas Bakkerud, leading in the Super 1600 class. But his margin to Ulrich Linnemann isn't that big. He only has 2 points in hand, but the Norwegian is very happy with that.
Andreas, you are leading the championship, but it's very close.
It's very close, and it's just the way I like it. It's 2 points, I think, between me and Ulrich Linnemann. So the coming races are very important.
So you have to keep attacking all the races now.
Yeah, and I think for me, maybe Belgium is not the perfect track, but I think in Holland, Finland and Germany, that is the last races, can be really perfect. And you know, Finland, we have our home track. I won in Holland last year, and in Germany I like that track, so it will be a lot of fun at the end.
You say this is not your kind of track. Where do you lose some time?
A little bit everywhere, but we are getting closer and closer, and we work a lot with the setup and the car. So I hope we will be there in the end, and that we can be fighting for a win in the finals.
But first he has to get into the finals, Andreas Bakkerud, at this lovely rallycross track. Very difficult for non-Belgian or non-Dutch drivers that we have seen in the past. Let's take a look at the first heat now with Jussi Petri, Leppähalmi, Andreas Bakkerud, Clemens Meyer and Ildar Rakhmatulin in the Silver Clio, and it is Rakhmatulin who takes the best start, so it seems. But Leppähalmi and Meyer push each other out, and it's the Finnish driver who takes the lead, and Bakkerud closes in on the white and blue Clio. Leppähalmi leading from Bakkerud, and Rakhmatulin goes for the joker lap. He cuts Clemens Meyer, and the Skoda driver was very surprised by that and loses a lot of time there. So it's Leppähalmi and Bakkerud leading this first heat. Rakhmatulin a bit behind, but he has done the joker lap. Meyer is out of contention, it seems, because with the joker lap and being so far behind might be very difficult here. The infamous descent of the Devil's Mountain. Very difficult to get the exit right. And Leppähalmi was just on the edge of the track there. Rear wheels lifting. You will see that a lot in the first corner there in Maasmechelen. Will Bakkerud go for the joker lap? That would be a wise choice, and he does. Very difficult entry in the joker lap, but Rakhmatulin takes over second spot from Andreas Bakkerud. Not his favorite track, as he has said before. Maybe he can pass the Russian in the descent. Leppähalmi leading well, but I think his lead is not big enough for a joker lap. Rakhmatulin is closing in fast, as is Andreas Bakkerud. He stays with the Russian. Leppähalmi continues his way. He will save his joker lap for one of the last laps of this heat. 3 Renaults leading in this front-wheel drive category. And it's over for Clemens Meyer. He was out of contention anyway. He wouldn't have set a good time. So now it's a question of getting the car right for the second and the third heat. And Leppähalmi goes for the joker lap. And he's passed by Rakhmatulin. Can he get out in front of Bakkerud? No, it seems not. He stays side by side with the pale blue Twingo, and he takes second. Very careful driving there by Bakkerud, it seems. You could have expected some wider Twingo going back up the mountain. And Rakhmatulin takes the win from Leppähalmi and Bakkerud. And let's have a word with Andreas Bakkerud after that first heat.
And how was this first heat for you?
It was not that good. I lost the start, was second after one corner, and then Leppähalmi drove really slow the first lap, so I decided to go to the joker, but then I came behind Rakhmatulin, so you know, it's not easy to pass or overtake on this track, so I just was behind and cruised around and took a Sunday trip.
He took a Sunday trip, even though it was only Saturday. Now we're back in the first heat with the touring cars. Local hero Koen Pauwels at the start. Get with Roman Castrol in the red and blue Astra, and he's the one who takes the lead from Anton Marklund in the Fiesta, then Koen Pauwels, Louis de Haas and Robin Olsson in the Peugeot. And an immediate joker lap for de Haas. The Dutch driver, almost a home race for him. But that will be the case in next round in Valkenswaard. Koen Pauwels, what can he do against the European leaders of this class? Roman Castrol is having a good lead here from Marklund. Robin Olsson is just a bit behind there. Right driving by Castrol. Marklund just follows the Czech driver and then goes for the joker lap. Pauwels continues. He will take over second for now. But will he stay in second once he has done the joker lap? That's the question. It was a very efficient joker lap there by Marklund, it seems. Very quick in and out. Nice clean driving. That's the secret in these heats of Rallycross. It's all about the time you set, not about the position on the track. Still Castrol leading. And Castrol goes for the joker lap. Can he stay in front of Marklund? That's the question. Pauwels will overtake him, but he still has to do a joker lap. And Castrol just cuts in front of the Ford Fiesta of Marklund. That's a good case, but he's losing time now behind Koen Pauwels. That might be a bit to his disadvantage. Proflex Fiesta still leading. Keeping the apex of that corner. And now Pauwels goes for the joker lap. Loses 2 spots immediately, of course, to Castrol and Marklund. But he stays in third. The others are way behind, as you can see. And Castrol coming down the hill, and he will take the win in this heat. Fastest time overall as well. From Marklund, Pauwels and de Haas. Let's have a word with the local hero, Koen Pauwels.
Koen, how was your first heat?
My start was not that good. I was fourth in overall now, but the racing was good. The speed is there, and I'm happy. Yes.
Now let's have a look at the supercar division. This is the leader in the championship, Timur Timurjanov. And in this first heat, he will take on Francois Duval, former Belgian WRC driver. Olof Wolfertson is there as well, and Patrick van Mechelen in the Subaru. Good start by Timurjanov. Duval pushes Wolfertson a bit. He pushes him wide, and he takes second behind Timurjanov, so it seems, or is it still Wolfertson? It's still Wolfertson who destroys the front of the Peugeot of Duval. Duval immediately goes for the joker lap. Wise decision. Good driving there by the Belgian. Peter Hedström now in third in the Skoda, but it's still Timurjanov leading. From Wolfertson, Hedström, Duval and Van Mechelen had a very miserable first lap there. The leader in the championship, having a good start here in Belgium. Competition a bit fiercer than in Sweden last time because Tanner Faust is back and so is Liam Duran. They both competed in the X Games, but Timur Timurjanov is not impressed. And he goes for a good time from the first heat. Hedström still chasing Wolfertson, doesn't get any closer to the Renault. But Francois Duval with his damaged Peugeot picks up speed and is now closing in on the Skoda Fabia. His first Rallycross event of the year for Duval. Is a semi-retired driver now. And Timurjanov goes for the joker lap. Nice entry there. Develops a lot of speed. Can he stop the car in time? Oh yes, no problem. Walfredson does the same, and Duval overtakes the Renault Clio. He got him in the end by good tactics, but Walfredson just tried to squeeze in there, but the gap was closed by Duval. Timojanov takes the win, and then it's Duval and Walfredson. So the Russian from the Belgian and the Swede from Mechelen still finished in 4th, from Hedström in 5th. Let's have a word with Stig-Olof Walfredson.
So Stig, you had a nice fight in the first heat with François Duval.
Yes, it was very close, but he was a little bit in front of me, so it was not so lucky this time, but we try to get him tomorrow.
And how's the car going this weekend?
It's working really good now, and the engine working very good, so I changed some small things in the shock absorbers to be more, get the lines better, but I think tomorrow it should work really good.
And we'll have a look at another heat soon, but first we'll have a word with this man, Frode Holte. He's back for 2 races normally this year. It's his first race of the season here in Belgium, and the Volvo driver has big ambitions.
We had a little struggling in the first practice there. I was going out in the fender there, but now I think we have the speed. The speed is coming after every lap, so I think it could be good.
And is this a one-shot, or will we see you in the rest of the season?
I will be in the Netherlands also. I don't think I will be in any more races this year, but I hope to be back for a full season next year.
Yeah, let's see for the Holte next year for a complete season. It's nice to see Volvo at the start of the Rallycrosses as well. And Michael de Keersmaker at his home round is aiming for at least an A-final in his Ford in the beautiful JDK colors.
The qualifying was good, fast first and I'm second, that's perfect. We work a lot on traction on the car, and I think we are on the good way.
And this is here a home race, so there is something extra possible for you this weekend?
Yeah, of course, in Belgium you can sometimes a small thing more, and I hope I can fix it in the A-final. But of course, you have a lot of drivers for the first 3 places. This I do my best.
Aiming for a podium finish then. First he has to do the heats as everybody else. The Keersmaker against Liam Duran and Frode Holte in one of the heats, first heats of the Supercars division. And they're off. Can the Keersmaker keep the lead, or is it Duran, or is it Frode Holte? Frode Holte from the outside tries to come to the inside, but he's blocked by Duran, and he hits Duran in the side, and he hits the Keersmaker as well. That was a nice strike. That might be a problem for the Volvo. He goes for the joker lap, but he's clearly losing speed, and that is the race over, I think, for Frode Holte. So that will be a duel now between the Keersmaker and Duran. Duran, of course, coming back after a short stay in the United States, and the Ford of the Keersmaker is hit by Frode Holte, and is something rubbing at the bodywork there. The right rear wheel. And Duran has understood what he has to do. He goes for the joker lap, hoping that the Keersmaker can't develop the speed, and when he goes for the joker lap, Duran should overtake the Ford quite easily. The Keersmaker continues. The rubber still rubbing against the bodywork. Might damage the tire as well. He goes for the joker lap now, and normally Liam Duran should be able to overtake the Ford Focus. And there he is, and the margin isn't that big. The Keersmaker might still try something here. Goes for the outside, but Duran pushes him a bit wide. All fair and square there. Coming out of the last corner into another lap. And the Keersmaker can keep up with Duran. Can he still launch an attack? Might be, a bit wide there, Duran, but he still has the ideal line for the next corner. The hairpin now. Up to the Devil's Mountain again, up the hill. I think the Keersmaker has settled for second here. Liam Duran takes the heat win from the Keersmaker. And there you can see the results again. Let's have a word with Liam Duran.
Liam, it was a nice win in the first heat.
Yeah, I'm satisfied. To go from last back to first at the end of the race was quite nice. I got a really good start, and obviously we all had a bit of a fight in the first corner, which is a bit of a shame because there was only 3 cars in the race, so we didn't need to do that. We could have just, you know, kept nice and clean and got a good time. So I lost a lot of time on the first lap, so I wasn't fastest, but I'm up near the top, I think, and a win's always good for the confidence. So yeah.
He set the 4th time overall, Liam Duran, in this first heat. And this man is coming back as well, Tanner Faust.
The track in Belgium is a little bit tricky because you have to really take the character of the race car is to be very violent and aggressive, and this is a track where you can't slide at all. And especially with the short wheelbase Fiesta, it's very twitchy, and so you have to really try to calm the car in an extra way, which is difficult. Plus, then you have the turn that goes up over the hill, which is very, very bumpy, and the 2-wheel drive cars have a very different line than the 4-wheel drive cars. So they make grip on the inside, and it makes the car a little bit dicey up there. But I do like the track. I think it's a great track. It's just a little tricky to get good speed.
The difficulties of the Devil's Mountain clearly explained by Tanner Faust. And the American ready for his first heat against Grosset-Janin, one of the French guest drivers, and Davy Genet in the Citroën. 2 French against 1 American, and it's the Citroën taking the lead. Tanner Faust slotting in second. They have understood that with only 3 cars at the start, it might be easier just to go for a good time. Tanner Faust immediately goes for the Joker lap. That means he will run in clean air for the rest of the heat, probably. Unless he closes in very fast on the 2 Frenchmen, of course. Davy Genet leading from Jérôme Grosset-Janin. And then a bit behind Tanner Faust. Normally, Tanner Faust should overtake the clear driver when he goes for the Joker lap. Let's see what happens. Nice driving lines by all 3 drivers here. Grosset-Janin goes for the Joker lap, and Tanner Faust takes over second position. Intelligent driving by the 3 drivers here. None of the drivers are hindering each other, and that means they can go for a very quick time. Genet now heading for the Joker lap, probably. There he goes. And can he keep the lead? Tanner Faust is closing in fast there with the Ford, but it's still Davy Genet in the lead from Tanner Faust and Jérôme Grosset-Janin, and that will be the way they will finish this heat, probably. Genet out of the last corner takes the win from Faust and Grosset-Janin. And very good times as well. Genet and Faust, 2nd and 3rd overall. And let's have a word with the French winner of this heat, Davy Genet.
Davy, deuxième temps dans la première manche.
Davy had a 2nd time overall in the first heat. That's a good start of the weekend. Yes, everything went well in this first heat. We used free practice to improve the setup of the car, especially on the gravel section. It becomes very bumpy there. It's the main difficulty of today. It probably will be the same tomorrow. It's a short portion, but it's very difficult. And then we'll watch the 2nd heat of the Super 1600 category. Andreas Bakkerud is winding wide, closing the visor against the sun, against Jussi Petri Leppihalmi and Ildar Rakhmatulin. The 3 Renaults are reunited again, and this time Bakkerud will take the best start. He was blocked a bit in the first heat by Leppihalmi. Now the Twingo driver has taken the lead and should be able to show what speed he can develop. Leppihalmi immediately goes for the Joker lap. Again, very sunny on this Sunday there in Belgium. Nice, ideal conditions for some beautiful rallycrossing. Bakkerud leading from Rakhmatulin. And then Leppihalmi, but the Finn has the advantage of having done the Joker lap. Rakhmatulin tries to keep up with Bakkerud, and Bakkerud indeed can develop more speed now than during the first heat. The first heat which he described, as you've heard, as a Sunday cruise. Let's see if Leppihalmi can overtake Rakhmatulin when the Russian has done the Joker lap. Yes, he does. Rakhmatulin slots in behind the other Clio. Very close driving, no contact, but very close driving. Oh, and Leppihalmi leaves open the door and Rakhmatulin jumps inside. And can he pass the Finn? Yes, that was a mistake by Leppihalmi. He should have known that Rakhmatulin would try something, but now Rakhmatulin closed the door very violently there, goes wide in the exit of the last corner. This will cost time, of course. And Leppihalmi and Rakhmatulin are still at it. You have to realize they're not yet in a final. This is all about the time you set, not about position on the track. And by pushing each other wide, they both lose times. And the main winner of this duel, of course, is Andreas Bakkerud, who can increase his lead and who now can probably take his Joker lap without losing a position. Leppihalmi is a bit angry, it seems. But it was his mistake. Bakkerud takes the win. Rakhmatulin second from Leppihalmi. A very spectacular heat there. A big crowd there in the Devil's Mountain. Part of them have come to watch this man, Michael de Keersmaker, against Liam Duran and Davy Genet. The second heat in the Supercars division. Genet had a very good first heat. And they're off again, and again a good start by the French Citroën driver. Takes the lead from Duran and the Keersmaker. Keersmaker probably would have wanted something else, but he can still make up some time. Oh, it's Liam Duran who goes for the Joker lap. That prevents the Keersmaker from doing the same. So now it's up to the Keersmaker to close the gap to Genet. He will have to do that if he wants to take the win in this heat. And you see how bumpy the gravel section is. Even at the entry, the cars lift from the ground. The Keersmaker chasing Genet, but Duran is again very close. It looks like the Keersmaker might lose the position if he goes for the Joker lap, but it's Genet going for the Joker lap, followed by the Keersmaker. What can Liam Duran do? Can he take two flies in one hit? No, Genet stays in the lead. Nice driving by the Frenchman there. Probably saw that Duran was developing some speed and then he had to take the Joker lap to stay in front of the newer Citroën. Good tactical driving by Genet, who takes the heat win. Duran in second, the Keersmaker in third. And let's have a word with the Belgian on his first couple of heats.
The second heat was very well. We changed the gearbox and it's better for this track. Dus I think we are faster than yesterday. In the warm-up we have a small problem with the engine, but we fixed it. And yeah, we have now 2 times number 6, I think. Dus for the third heat we put the new tires on, and I hope we can go for number 3 or number 4, and then we stay on a good place in the A-final.
Yes, 2 6 times for the Keersmaker in the first and the second heat. But let's see what these guys can do. Tanner Faust, Mats Liesen, and Timur Timurjanov, the championship leader. And it's Timurjanov who takes advantage of the inside line to take the best start. Tanner Faust slots in right behind, and then it's Mats Liesen. Mats Liesen, who had a very difficult first heat. And Tanner Faust immediately goes for the joker lap. Nice tactics there. Nice clean driving. Timrzanov started the second half of the season the best way possible with a win in Sweden. And he would like to extend his championship lead here in Belgium. Likes this track. And that shows in his time. Had the best time in the first heat. And he's heading for a very good time here as well. If he can stay in front of Tanner Faust, he's already sure probably of the pole position in the A-final. Mats Liesen goes for the joker lap, and Tanner Faust is very happy about that because he was losing time behind the Norwegian there. And that might just have been enough to give Timrzanov the lead when he comes out of the joker lap. Normally it will be very close between these two drivers. Not a scratch on the Citroën of Timrzanov. Very clean driving by the Russian. And there he goes into the joker lap. If he can do this right, he will stay in the lead probably. Comes into the hairpin. Yes, no problem for the Russian. He even has a margin of a couple of car lengths on the Ford of Tanner Faust. And this will be a very quick heat. Timrzanov wins it from Tanner Faust and Mats Liesen. And 2 times quickest in the first 2 heats, and Timrzanov is sure of the pole position in the A-final.
This heat was a quite okay start, and Timur and Tanner was inside me, and there was, yeah, I was number 3 in the start, and they was quicker in the heat. On the 3rd lap I hit the wall a little bit inside, so I broke the steering a bit, so I lose some places there, but anyway, Timur and Tanner has a really good speed this weekend, so we have to try to push a little bit more to catch them, I think, but hopefully can get a good 3rd heat now and get a final.
That was the end of part 1. Let's see you after the break. It's time for the final heats on the Devil's Mountain, the 7th round of the European Rallycross Championship 2012. We're in Belgium. And local hero Michael de Keersmaker will take on Davy Jeannet, Mats Liesen, and Jos Kuipers. And it's Davy Jeannet who takes the whole shot, and de Keersmaker is now in 2nd. He was aiming for a good time in this final heat to get a good starting position in the A-final. But now he's hit by Andy Scott in the red Ford. Andy Scott making his comeback in Europe. Let's have a look again at the start. Scott to the left, squeezes the Keersmaker, but the Keersmaker resists and slots in behind Davy Jeannet. And a small hit on the rear of the Citroën there. But no harm done. Mats Liesen chasing now. The Keersmaker, and Andy Scott has gone for the joker lap, as has Jos Kuipers in the Ford Fiesta at the back. The Keersmaker chasing Jeannet. Liesen went a bit wide there, lost some time, lost some ground to the Belgian and the Frenchman in the lead. Jeannet, good times in the first 2 heats. Might get a starting position on the front row. The pole position is already for Timrzanov, as you know. But Jeannet might get 2nd spot on the front row. And the Keersmaker might get a front row position as well. But he will have to set a very quick time here. And for the moment he's a bit blocked by the French Citroën. Jeannet coming off the mountain. Liesen chasing the Keersmaker. And then it's Scott and Kuipers. It's time for the Keersmaker to go for the joker lap, I can imagine. And so he does, yes. He will lose some ground to Mats Liesen, but can he stay in front of Andy Scott? This will be key for his good time, and he can. Stays in front of the other Fords. The Focus of Scott and the Fiesta of Kuipers, who are in a battle of their own. And the Keersmaker now trying to close the gap on Mats Liesen to overtake the youngster when he goes for the joker lap. Davy Jeannet goes for the joker lap right immediately after the Keersmaker. Very intelligent driving by the Frenchman there. And he has increased the gap, and Scott has overtaken Liesen. Liesen stays in front of Kuipers though. So it's now between Jeanette and the Keersmaker, but there isn't a lot of time left, and Jeanette takes the heat win from the Belgian and Scott. Mats Liesen finishes in 4th and Jos Kuipers in 5th. Good time by the Keersmaker, but it's not enough for a front row start. But the Keersmaker will be happy to be in the A-final. This man can take a front row start as well. Hannah Faust. Here is Alex Waal, one of the outsiders in the championship, together with Walfridsson and Jerome Jeannet. And Walfridsson goes wide and he hits Waal. And Waal is off the track, and that's his heat over. And that's a catastrophe for Waal, because he had set some lousy times in the first 2 heats. And that means, oh, and Liam Durant goes a bit wide there as well. Everything's happening in the first lap here in this heat. Let's take a look at the start again. Walfridsson was slightly hit by the other Clio and then went to the outside, hit Waal, and Waal is out of contention. Grosset-Jeannet in front of Walfridsson and Liam Durant. Durant has done his joker lap, and in front it's Tanner Faust, and Grosset-Jeannet now blocks Walfridsson again. And Walfridsson has had enough, and he goes for the joker lap. Loses position to Tanner Faust. Still fighting for a spot in the A-final as well, Walfridsson. As is Liam Durant, of course. But Durant has set good times in the first 2 heats. Grosset-Jeannet might just have to do the B-final. Tanner Faust still leading. And now into the joker lap. And he's passed by Liam Durant, who has done the joker lap as well. So now it's virtually Liam Durant leading, but Tanner Faust takes the inside and then he takes the lead from Liam Durant. Nice driving by Tanner Faust there. Quick reaction by the American. And the monster Citroën driver was surprised by that, maybe. So Tanner Faust now chasing Grosset-Jeannet, but the Frenchman still has to take the joker lap. And that means that Tanner Faust will take the lead back. There he goes. And Liam Durant passes the Frenchman as well. And so does Stig-Olof Walfridsson. Does he? Yes. No, he doesn't. Grosset-Jeannet stays in front of the Swede, and Grosset-Jeannet will try to do the same with Liam Durant. The same maneuver as did Tanner Faust, but Tanner Faust now takes the heat win. Nice driving by the American. And that gives him a front row starting position in the A-final. Let's talk to Alexander Waal, 3rd in the championship.
It was some collision and fighting in the first corner, and I was on the outside, and some other driver lost control and hit me. I went straight out, not much I could do really. So that's Rallycross, I guess.
Tanner, you just finished the 3rd heat. It was pretty intense between you and Liam Durant.
Yeah, it was really close, I think. I was losing time on the gravel, and he was gaining, and so I got the call on the radio to do the joker. And I went in the joker. Maybe I was a little bit too cautious and came out next to Liam, gave him that corner, but he didn't have as good a speed down the straightaway, and I was able to get him in the right-hander. So it was very close, but that little battle let Gini take 1st overall time-wise.
It's time for the finals, and this is the B final in the Supercars division. Mats Liesen, front row start for him, together with Frode Holte. Francois Duval is there as well. Jos Kuipers, Andy Scott, and Patrick van Mechelen at the back. Jos Kuipers, Mats Liesen and Jerome Grosset-Jeannet, and it's the Frenchman who takes the best start, the whole shot, and the Frenchman takes the lead. From Kuipers, or is it Liesen? It's Kuipers or Liesen, Kuipers or Liesen, and they both go. Oh, and there's a contact between Scott and Frode Holte. Their race is over, and Liesen was squeezed out there. Francois Duval has passed him, and Liesen spins around. Hit by Pavel Kutny, probably. Yes, there he goes. And Kuipers can avoid him. Kutny continues from Kuipers, and then it's the Subaru from Mechelen, and Liesen's chances are over. Grosjean still leading. François Duval, they're heading for the A-final when they can keep this position. The immensely popular François Duval. He would be a real star in the A-final if he can keep this second position or improve to first. He is sure of that A-final position. Grosjean goes for the Joker lap. The star of the French Championship, just as a guest driver here, not really a European Championship contender. Battle between the two Fiestas of Kutny and Kuipers. And Kuipers tries to find the gap there, but there isn't one for the moment. And he loses some time there, Kuipers. Duval now leading from Grosjean. Duval goes for the Joker lap. That means that Grosjean can retake the lead, but there's no harm done here. The first two drivers go to the A-final, as you know. And these are still fighting amongst each other. Kutny from Kuipers. Looking good for the Frenchman and the Belgian. And where is François Duval? François Duval is slowing down. François Duval is slowing down. There is a drive shaft problem or an engine problem there. The driver's gone from his Peugeot and he parks his car. What a disappointment for the Belgian in front of his home crowd. And that means that Kuipers is now in second, Van Mechelen in third, and Kutny, who has just done his Joker lap, has dropped to fourth. But the drivers going to the A-final are Jérôme Grosjean and Jos Kuipers. Van Mechelen takes third in the B-final from Kutny and Frode Holte. And now we're off to the A-final in the Touring Cars division. Anton Marklund, Robin Larsson here in his Skoda on the front row. Pedro Bonnet in the Volvo. And in the middle there, Koen Pauwels in the Fiesta in the front row. And it's Robin Larsson who takes the best start. Yes, Robin Larsson takes the lead from Anton Marklund, then Koen Pauwels and Pedro Bonnet. The Belgian third and fourth. At least one of them should get on the podium, I should imagine, here in front of their home crowd. And behind them it's still Kim Steinholt in the BMW. Bonnet goes for the Joker lap. And Daniel Lund in the other Volvo does the same. Larsson leading from Marklund. Then Koen Pauwels, Steinholt in the BMW and Roman Castrol in the Opel Astra. The two Volvos at the back for the moment, but they have done their Joker lap. So they might gain some positions in the course of this A-final. Robin Larsson, son of former champion Lars Larsson, being chased now by Marklund and Koen Pauwels. Pauwels heading for a nice finish here. Steinholt, the Norwegian, goes for the Joker lap and is passed by Daniel Lund and by Pedro Bonnet. Still Larsson from Marklund, and Pauwels has lost some ground, but is still in third position, but he might lose that position when he takes his Joker lap. He will be very close with Pedro Bonnet, I think. And Marklund goes for the Joker lap. Can Koen Pauwels overtake him? That might be to his advantage, and yes, he can. Marklund stays well in front of Pedro Bonnet, so that's a good sign for Koen Pauwels. Maybe Koen Pauwels should take the Joker lap in the next lap. He can't keep Anton Marklund behind. This man, Robin Larsson, seems to be heading for the win. Would be good tactics now if Koen Pauwels would take the Joker lap now. There he comes. Being chased by Anton Marklund. And Robin Larsson goes for the Joker lap. This way he can keep the lead. Good thinking by the Swede. And here is Koen Pauwels, and here is Pedro Bonnet. Pedro Bonnet has taken third position. Koen Pauwels goes to the outside and retakes third position. And Pedro Bonnet, it's Pauwels, and Pauwels spins round. And that's the end of his chances for a podium finish. He will not be happy about that, that's sure. Pedro Bonnet had lost control of his Volvo completely, and in the end he just hit the Ford. In the lead, still Robin Larsson from Anton Marklund. And now it's Daniel Lund in third position. So the Belgians, by fighting amongst themselves, have lost the podium finish. It's a 3 Swedes finish for the moment. Larsson from Marklund and Lund. And Larsson takes it. Black flag for Pedro Bonet. So third win of the season for Larsson, and Marklund increases his lead in the championship. Let's have a word with Larsson.
Robin, you did it.
Yeah, great feeling. Tough. Good weekend, but third lane in the A-final. We got a very good start, so kind of calm final, but it's tough.
So a very happy Lars Larsson after his third win of the season. Off to the Super 1600 category now. The A-final with Andreas Bakkerud on the front row. And a very happy Norwegian aiming for another win to increase his lead. This is the surprise. Joni Wieman, his first round of the European Championship. He's on the front row. He comes out of the JRX category. And we're off, and it's not a good start for Bakkerud and Wieman. It's Krzysztof Skorupski from the outside of the front row in his Volkswagen who takes the lead. And whoa, Lippihalmi is hit there by Rakhmatulin. Skorupski leading from Bakkerud, Joni Wieman, and then Lippihalmi still in fourth position, being chased by the Skoda of Vadim Makarov, the Russian. And another car into the Joker lap. Skorupski from Bakkerud, then Wieman, Rakhmatulin fourth, and René Munich in fifth in his Skoda. Bakkerud leading, aiming for a big points finish, and in second spot that might well do. Rakhmatulin, his car showing the scars of that contact with Lippihalmi at the first corner. There's no damage done, he can still continue at full speed. And Joni Wieman, what a surprise there. The Finnish youngster now going for his Joker lap. Will be overtaken by Ildar Rakhmatulin, but he will stay in front of the other drivers who have done the Joker lap, so he's heading for a good result here. He's even threatening Ildar Rakhmatulin, a much more experienced Rakhmatulin. And Skorupski was a bit sideways there off the hill. Gave Bakkerud the chance to close the gap. He's now right behind the Polish driver. Skorupski, who hasn't won a round this year, could use one in the championship standings. And there comes Bakkerud into the Joker lap, and he hits the guardrail. What a mistake! What a mistake from the Norwegian. Just thrown away a almost certain podium finish and maybe a win. And he drops now to the back of the field, and that means that Joni Wieman now is in virtual second position because Ildar Rakhmatulin still has to do his Joker lap. Big lead now, of course, for Skorupski. Rakhmatulin going wide. Wieman goes to the inside, overtakes Rakhmatulin in the first corner. Nice driving by the youngster. Rakhmatulin will lose some places here if he goes for the Joker lap, that's for sure. There he goes. Being passed by Jussi Petri Lippihalmi. That means the two Finnish drivers of the set promotion team are now in second and third. Then it's René Munich and Ildar Rakhmatulin. And Krzysztof Skorupski takes his first win of the year from the surprise Joni Wieman. Lippihalmi in third, Munich in fourth, and Rakhmatulin in fifth. So a good win for Krzysztof Skorupski.
I had a lot of bad luck, and again the second half of the season is for me the best, and I hope it will be like this and maximum attack now.
And how was the final? Did you know that Bakkerud crashed?
I didn't know. I just realized this when I get out from the Joker lap that nobody is out from me, so I slowed down. I knew that I have quite big gap, but it was really tough. We had quite fun.
Second in the championship now, Skorupski 7 points behind Bakkerud. And now it's time for the big one. the A-final in the Supercars division with Timur Timurjanov on pole. Fully focused all weekend long. Davy Janet next to him on the front row, and so is Tanner Faust. Behind them, Michael de Keersmaker on the second row with Liam Duran. And behind, Stig-Olof Alfredsson, Frenchman Jerome Janet, and Jos Kuipers. And they're off. A good start by Timur Timurjanov, but a good start from Tanner Faust as well. Can he close the gap from the outside? It's Timurjanov still taking the lead from Davy Janet, who holds the line. And it's Timurjanov from Janet. Faust on the outside. Can he keep to the outside and pass Janet in the next corner? Yes, he can. And Duran goes for the joker lap. And the Keersmaker hits the guardrail in the first corner there. Let's drive with the Keersmaker. Pushed wide by the Clio and then hit the guardrail. And the steering is damaged, I think, from his car. And, oh yes, there was a small contact there between the Keersmaker and Duran. And Tanner Faust passes Davy Janet, who went wide at the beginning of the climb. And Liam Duran has lost a lot of time. All in the advantage of Timur Timurjanov and Tanner Faust, I think. So let's recapitulate after a very spectacular first lap. Timurjanov from Faust, from Janet, from Kuipers, from Grosse Janet. And then way behind Walfridsson and Duran. Janet goes for the joker lap. Had a good starting position, but that small mistake might have cost him the possibility of a podium finish. Tanner Faust chasing Timurjanov. But the Russian seems unstoppable here this weekend. Was fastest in the first and the second heat, didn't participate in the third, and has now taken a perfect start to this A-final. Kuipers and Grosse Janet fighting hard for that third place, but they are chased by Davy Janet, who might climb a spot here when Grosse Janet goes for the joker lap. That's done. And he might even overtake Jos Kuipers as well, so he can retake the third place. Kuipers now, the Dutchman with the Italian license, in third position. And Tanner Faust is losing ground to Timur Timurjanov. I don't think he will catch the Russian. Liam Duran is doing everything he can to regain some places, but that will be very difficult. Joker lap now for Tanner Faust. Can he stay in front of Davy Janet? That's the most important adversary for the moment. He comes out of the joker lap section and he stays in front of Kuipers and Janet. No problem there. Kuipers still has to do the joker lap, don't forget. And so has this man. He probably will do it now, so he can stay in front of Tanner Faust. There he goes, very carefully. Has probably seen what happened to Andreas Bakkerud there in the Super 1600 category. And he stays well in front of Tanner Faust. No problem for Timur Timurjanov. And Kuipers still there in front of Davy Janet. Janet trying to close the gap to Faust, but with Kuipers in between them, that will be very difficult. Still Timurjanov from Faust, then Kuipers and Janet. Kuipers, who might stay in fourth if he takes his joker lap, because Grosse Janet and Liam Duran, who is chasing very hard, are way behind. And Kuipers goes for the joker lap. Can he stay in front of this fighting duo? Grosse Janet and Duran, and there is Kuipers. Yes, Kuipers stays in fourth and Davy Janet climbs to third. But the win goes to Timur Timurjanov from Tanner Faust and Davy Janet in third. Kuipers then in fourth and Grosse Janet in fifth. So that's the fourth win of the season for Timurjanov.
It looked like the perfect race.
Yeah, it was quite easy, but on the second lap I think I saw Tanner on my back and I was quite relaxed 2 laps in front, but when I saw that Tanner was my back, I started to push harder. And I don't know what's the lap times, but it seems that it's better.
Tanner, happy with second place?
I am pretty happy with second place. Mainly because the starting position I had was not good. And the first corner through the C final, B final, everybody had big crashes, a big battle. So I was very happy to end up in second. I think Genie was in front of me and he made a big mistake.
In the third corner, Tanner came very close to me and he hit me at the rear bumper, so I went off the ideal line and he spun me around. So you didn't make a mistake, like Tanner said? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think it was a mistake, but it's understandable. He's going for the championship, but still it's not done. But then we still have a podium finish, and after the Swedish and the Norwegian rounds, that's a very good result. So fourth win of the season for Timur Timurjanov, who now leads the championship with 20 points in hand over Tanner Faust and 25 over Alexander Waal. That was the Belgian round from the Devil's Mountain. Let's see you in Holland next week.